Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Gala of the Damned, where apparently Lydia reads my brain of what I'm reminding myself of before we get into this. But before we go into Lydia reading my brain and then potentially, uh, never mind. Anyways, hello, welcome to another lovely episode of Gala of the Damned with this fantastic crew ready to play some very innocent, happy, charming Zweihander that's not terrifying, no horror, no floating daggers with smoke that speaks words about potentially killing everyone. No! Instead, we'll start with the innocent one, who's not usually the innocent one. Quinn.
I'm super innocent. So innocent. Hi, I'm Quinn at Quintastic_ on Twitter. I use she, they pronouns. Today I'm playing Ronan Henley, who uses they, them pronouns and is a very normal human servant who has never done anything wrong in their life.
Yeah, okay. Real convincing. But what was convincing was Doc's persona with Hieronymus, who previously we knew as Shirk.
Well, yeah, I mean, Shirk was a little bit convincing for about 10 seconds and then realized he was in over his head in a magic house, and that kind of got tossed aside. But Shirk is an ogre con man academic who's basically in bad shape. He's still in bad shape. He's not 100% better. He is still feeling scared, and it's not great. I'm Doc. I use he and they pronouns. Shirk uses he, him pronouns, and I am excited to get this party going. Started. You start parties, right? You get parties started? That's what you do.
Yes, as the famous words of Pink have once told.
Yes, yes.
Or told.
Huh. Yeah. And then we had a little bit of heartbreak last episode with Jessica. Please, Raven. I can't hear your sadness. I know I can't hear it. I need to hear it. It fuels me. Not Raven sadness, Jessica sadness. Oh, yes.
There we go. Is that better?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay. Apparently my microphone muted itself. That was weird. But yes, hi, I'm Raven. Yeah, Jessica had a real rough time last week, complete with like. So yeah, she's all sorts of upset and a little drunk because I believe it was Lorenzo that handed her like a half full glass of whiskey and she downed it, so she might be a little tipsy.
Yeah. And the one who has very often had alcohol and no issues, Mari.
I haven't
Hi.
had that much alcohol. You're talking about Lydia again rather than Mari?
A little bit of both. Column A, column B.
Mari had turkey legs. No, hi, I'm Lydia. I'm Mari, who is absolutely perfect in every way and gets along with everyone except for wolves. So that's me. We both use she, her pronouns, and we're very excited to be here. Although the upper crust is starting to annoy Mari a tiny little bit. So we'll see where that goes.
It's only gonna go well. It only ever does. But someone who has had shockingly a fairly good amount of luck, Lorenzo. Please, Tom.
I'm Tom, and I'm playing Lorenzo, the other half of the con team with Shirk. He is a traveling duelist for hire, and yeah, he's had a pretty good time at this party. He's gotten a fight. He's gotten a couple drinks. Like, would have been great if he had gotten paid beforehand, but you can't have everything. And both I and Lorenzo use he, him pronouns.
Hi, sorry, I was killing a wasp. And I am Gabe, your dreadlord, who that is totally not a symbol of the chaos that is going to ensue here. first off, I want to thank you to our sponsors, Fantasy Grounds, for giving us a delightful place to have our roles. Thank you to wow. Okay. Thank you to Kat, who also donated crits to everyone. That's fantastic. They will definitely need them. Thank you to all of you watching on YouTube. We appreciate all of the support. Thank you to the team at Zweihander for providing this fantastic game that I can then use to give these players and share incredible stories, sometimes involving horror and terror. But that's fine. And also, thank you to World Anvil, just as a sponsor to us in general. World Anvil, where you can create stories, mark your stories, create an actual well-outlined description of them, which is something that I need to do much more and actually use World Anvil to do, because creating well-outlined stories would probably be more effective for me. But before we dive into the terror that is the Damascus Blade, let's kick it off to Pass Charlie, so I can give my players a minute to stew in terror.
Pass Charlie here to tell you about a few of our sponsors. Fantasy Grounds is our virtual tabletop of choice, providing us access to roles, tokens, maps, and more. You can try it today for free at fantasygrounds.com. While you're there, why not check out Fantasy Grounds Unity? World Anvil is a remarkable resource, whether you're a writer, GM, or player, organizing your campaign notes or building an entire world. Get forging today for free at worldanvil.com. And before we get into today's game, we'd like to shout out our friends at Andrews McMeel Publishing, who published the wonderful game Zweihander. If you haven't checked that out, you can catch it here on Wednesdays. We'd also like to mention Modifius, who manage and produce a wide range of RPGs. Whether you feel like being Dishonored, exploring a tale from the loop, or boldly going with Star Trek adventures, why not check out Modifius.com?
No, we can't. Nope. Hi.
Hi. So last we left off, our delightful party was sitting inside of their room. A dagger appeared in the center of the room, a familiar dagger of blue metal, Damascus steel. And moments later, smoke started to come from the dagger. And a horrifying voice spoke aloud, speaking of doing it himself. Now, this figure stands up, and you just see a smoking humanoid. Glowing blue eyes, no nose or mouth, made of almost storming clouds with little surges of lightning inside, staring at all of you. What do you do? They have not moved.
Lorenzo's going to see a talking dagger and just glance down his own belt, make sure his dagger's still there, and then touch his sword and be like, "Is this a friend of yours?"
No, I don't know that one.
Do you think Smoke Person works for you? Let's find out. And I'm going to just draw my weapons and stand there ready. Just be like, "Who are you? And why are you bringing a dagger into our room? Or why did the dagger bring you into our room?" The order is kind of unclear.
I hate bugs. Anyways,
Gabe, how's that wasp?
You know what? This thing, I've hit it with my shoe. There you go. I just let it outside. I couldn't win. I tried killing it. I hit it 13 times with my shoe.
Now you know how we feel every week. This is, no matter what we do.
No matter how many times we hit you with our shoe.
Oh, we haven't tried that. Maybe. Have you tried throwing a jar of leeches at it?
Shoes, jars of leeches, it's all the same, right?
Oh my god. Okay, so what are you doing, Tom?
I asked what this person's doing in our room, apparently.
Ah. Well. And you see the eyes kind of glaze over each of you. And then glaze back. And then it stops and looks at Lucian. You. And it points the dagger in Lucian's direction. My daughter promised me a body. You're taking too long.
I think that Shirk, despite the fact that he's suffered a lot recently, instinctively would try to step between the dagger and Lucian.
Yeah, Lorenzo would step next to Shirk.
And I would say, "Who are you?"
I am the remnant of an empire. An emperor turned to storm, who had found a young boy that promised him a machine and sought his daughter to help a boy. And I should have had it by now. I gave the boy a dagger, and he did not finish the job. For it turned out there was more than one.
And the figure's kind of like pacing back and forth. And back and forth.
Lucian, is he talking about you?
I assume he's talking
You take a
about
dagger
the
from
Empress.
somebody, promise them a machine. This kind of sounds like you.
It does
And it
sound
just-
like you.
I would like everyone to just make an intelligence roll for me. This is a circumstance where I will just give you information if it's like, boop, like just figuring it out.
Whoo! Mari is so smart.
So
I'm so
smart,
smart.
Mari.
I also succeeded, but not as much as Mari.
I also succeeded, but not as much as Mari.
I also succeeded, but not as much as Mari.
It's turning into cults, and I like it.
So Ronan, Mari, Shirk, Lorenzo.
And drunk Jessica.
Did we all
Okay.
succeed?
Jessica just sticks her head out of the blanket fort and goes, "Does this boy have a name?" and then hops back in.
Lorenzo.
Actually, no, I didn't roll. Apparently, I was thinking my roll was Doc rolls, so that was Doc.
Oh, that's
Sorry. I don't know what happened there.
Make your roll, Lorenzo.
And Ronan. The thing that sticks out to you is when the smoky figure talks about using the dagger and there being, oh my god. But you did roll as well as Mari.
I did now.
Ronan,
I don't
you
feel
think in your
special
head
anymore.
as he's speaking, the dagger person failed, there was another. Logan, from what you've learned and remember, Logan was the one who killed Raymond with a blue Damascus dagger. Shirk, from your experience just talking to these people, talking and finding out more things and learning more, the Empress is involved with Logan.
Right.
And it's reasonable to assume that the Empress had a father, but you don't know anything about them.
But I can connect those dots that
Yes.
Emperor, Empress.
Emperor was helping a boy, implying Logan, and the
Right.
daughter is seeking a body for it. Now, Lorenzo and Mari, you do distinctly remember the Empress saying, I want a body like that, when the mannequin-esque of Logan that you saw burnt to a crisp and did not contain it. She said, I need a body like that. It was something that she wanted, but never directly said it was for her.
This is starting to make a troubling amount of sense.
Good.
Right, Mr. Remnant of Empires, or what your name was, what exactly you want us to do about this? Right, you
I'm
can kill
going
the
to
man.
take
Sure, but
that
that's not going to give you a boy, right?
Mara, we don't want. Oh, you're being hypothetical. Yes.
I'm
Sorry.
being I'm being that.
Yes, you're playing pretend.
What? No, I wouldn't. Sorry. Yeah. What are your immediate? What are your plans?
I am telling you now, as a extending offer. My daughter
Right.
did not do properly. Tonight, I come for the boy.
Him.
Yes. And you would do best to not be there when I do.
Unfortunately, that's not really an option. The man's paid us already.
Some of us.
Some of us.
Is it worth your life?
Jessica kind of pokes her head up and goes, wait a minute, so the boy is this guy, and she points at Lucian, and he's supposed to make you the body, right? I'm a little drunk, so I'm not sure I'm catching all this.
I need his battery to hold my essence in the body.
Well, how is killing him gonna get you the battery?
Because if he's dead, I can just take his brain myself.
Ah, just looks. That sounds messy.
What if you just made a deal with us, or Lucian, to make you your own battery?
What the hell
You'd
would I
probably
do?
get it done faster.
I don't think we want to help the ghost emperor.
Oh, you know.
I'm just saying, if the options
I mean,
are
we
like
do.
he gets murderized and brain sucked out and stuff.
You're saying you
This
want
seems like a
me
better
to
deal.
willingly help the person who killed my partner, then attempted to kill me, and attempted to kill the rest of you all in a courtyard because of a plot he had.
I'm just saying, if the option is that or just die, that seems like a better option.
I feel like we're all just brainstorming here. We're
That's
just
just-
throwing
Yeah,
soup
let's
against the
work this out
wall and seeing
together.
if it sticks.
And Mari pats one of the empty chairs next to her. Come on, have a sit down. We can talk about this.
You have 12
turkey
hours.
legs. Ice cream?
And
When you say you're coming for Lucian tonight, about what time?
I believe you just said 12 hours.
12 hours from now.
and this is entirely narrative. This is Gabe saying this out of character. All of you know this.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He throws the Damascus dagger directly at Lucian, and before it hits him, it like fades into a puff of smoke. And in that moment, the figure disappears.
Jessica looks at Lucian and goes, "Yeah, see, I can investigate stuff, but that crap, I got nothing. So, you know, maybe working with him wouldn't be the worst thing."
That's the sort of thing that when we asked, do you have any more enemies? Maybe should have come up.
Yes, it would have been useful.
I didn't even know he existed.
Well,
That's
he
fair
doesn't
enough.
exist as
Fair.
such as I mean, that's fair on Lucian's.
I
It's
never
odd
met the
that you-
dad. We didn't get that far in the relationship.
Oh, well.
If you haven't met the parents, was it really a relationship though?
Yeah,
no,
could you even
no,
count
it
as
wasn't.
such?
That's why I left.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, yeah, good for you for
so-
leaving. That's standing up for yourself. I can
Are
appreciate
you
Yes.
about like 12 hours away from completing this battery?
the idea was for schematics to Mephilia, but I don't even know if I trust her anymore.
If you had the things you need, could you create this battery here tonight?
Technically, yeah.
Well, okay.
I
Everyone
mean-
just sort of play along with this idea. Yes.
I'm
I've-
with you.
we
Shit.
heard-
Go on.
We heard that in the lowest levels of this place, there are burnt out husks or avatars, right? Broken down servants. What if we were able to mobilize them?
Right, we could maybe
Okay.
ask Mephilia. I mean, if she wants
Yes.
to work with the battery, and she would probably not want Lucian dead, right?
That's true. That's true. That's true.
On another note, though, what do you know about the man? The introduction, the remnant thingy, that was quite long and a little bit terrifying. If he gets a body, will he destroy the world?
I remember reading that he died because he tried to absorb an influx of negative energy, and it literally burst his body to pieces.
Ew.
But he was trying to influx it so he could turn himself into what was the word? A mobile
spooky
magical
thundercloud?
cannon.
A mobile
Mobile
magic.
magical
words.
cannon?
Yes.
Doesn't sound good.
His words. If each person is a cannon, then it would take 2 to take a city. Something along those lines.
So a weapon powerful enough to lay siege to the most powerful cities, and he could conquer the planet and whatever.
Probably, I
correct me if
guess.
I'm wrong, but
He'll
that
destroy
sounds
the
bad.
world.
So, this battery can hold his essence, correct?
This I should be able to make one that does. It'll be a little clunky, but
Could we
Possible.
create one that entraps his essence? Some sort of ghost trap?
That's what I was gonna say. I had one of those brain pictures ideas. Yeah, like a trap, or what if it explodes? After
so
it goes
instead
into
of a
it?
circuit that goes 2 ways, it just goes. What? Nope, not doing that gesture. It goes 1 way. Caught myself. It goes 1
I'm sorry,
way.
Lucian, I'm not understanding what you're saying. Can you illustrate it with hand gestures?
Instead of going 2 ways, it goes 1
Uh-huh.
way.
Got it.
Just go ahead, Anna. Just clip this.
Just
Yep,
clip
yep.
it, Anna. We know you
Press
want
the
to.
button.
Jessica just like perks up and goes, yeah, like that. And
Yes,
she's
if we
just
were
got a
able
full
to-
bottle of whiskey now, just chugging.
If we were able to trap this, we could really bust it.
I was gonna say maybe you could then design some sort of containment center and start some
Yes,
sort
yes.
of brand on busting ghosts.
Yes, we would have to find some sort of
oh my God,
abandoned
we
building.
Just become Ghostbusters.
It's still a
was-
good idea.
Ghostbusters.
I
And
was like,
legally
a minute
distinct.
behind.
Yes. And we circle back to legally distinct.
A resplendent offering.
Bust.
Oh God!
Oh my
What?
God.
Shark's emergency thermos safety soup for your soul. We had a £20 donation just now. Thank you very much, Roller 300, for saving
Thank you,
Shark's
Roller.
arse. I'm assuming. Oh wait, yeah, it's a twist of
That's
fate.
annoying.
So basically, a bad situation turns good, or a good situation turns bad. I'm assuming, and please let me know in chat if I'm assuming correctly, you're trying to help out Shark because he's a little bit messed up. Because that's hopefully, please.
In many ways.
You know what?
Emergency thermos with a fuzzy
Maybe
snake.
he's trying to help me because
Sure.
Boston makes him feel good.
You do feel a little flask in your like left butt pocket.
That wasn't me.
There's no oh,
There's something in my bottom pocket.
there's no random soup generator.
Fantasy name
Flask.
generator, up your game.
That's a quote for
Yeah.
the ages.
There's a little flask, and when you unscrew the cork, it smells creamy and a little fishy.
Ooh, chowder.
And do you just
I'll save this for later.
that's going to be your save a PC from death flask of soup.
Excellent.
Huh. God, y'all are the best and the worst. Yeah, so what the hell are you doing? The thing.
So,
Let's
what do you
recap.
need to create a battery trap for this arcane emperor?
What's required to store a spirit such as this inside of one of your batteries?
I'll need a metal container. About this big. I'll need
Eyes the soup thermos.
a few
No, it's not big
wires.
enough.
I'll need wires if we can get it. And then some sort of gem like a ruby, a sapphire, a diamond, something that I can use to channel the energy through because it's going to be coming through as light, essentially.
Excellent. Okay.
Ronan,
Just
you
was
worked
writing all these
with
things down.
Lucy and this former partner, correct?
I did.
You would then be equipped to identify the useful components, perhaps?
You would.
I would.
Then perhaps this is a task best suited for you, as you already know what we are looking for.
In theory, yes.
Ronan, you are being even more quiet than usual.
Am I?
That doesn't answer my question. You just answered my question. Is there something you'd like to share with the group?
If that's the Arcane Empress's father, and that's the dagger that killed Raymond, then why is he coming after Lucian and not Logan, who failed to I think I might need to speak with her.
Oh, shit. Are Logan and the Empress dating?
I think that they find each other mutually beneficial.
Is that a sex thing?
He's met her parents.
It can be.
didn't mean it
Oh,
as
God,
just-
he met the
just, yeah.
parents.
Jessica just yells out, they deserve each other. Both bastards.
I will admit, the Empress and I are supposed to have a meeting tonight. Although she was vague about how that would happen.
I'm
Apparently
doing
in my
magic. Nah,
Apparently involves
So it's-
me
well-
being asleep.
you could just walk up to her and ask her straight out what she's planning. That's what I would do.
She did. I mean, I kind of intended to do that. Considering the last time we saw her, she vaguely assisted the man trying to kill us, and then walked through a portal. I don't quite know where she is to find her while I'm awake.
She did say she'd see you in your dreams, just so you remember.
Yep.
Well, do you want us to tuck you in?
We can sing you a lovely little lullaby.
Does anyone have a cigarette?
No smoking in here. I don't like it. And then he just gives you a hug.
Aw. Jessica holds up the list.
That was a Quinn glare. Hold on. That was a Quinn glare. I felt that.
No, it wasn't.
That was a Quinn and a Ronan glare. Don't lie. You're smiling, which means you're probably lying. Because you have 3 smiles. You have a happy smile, a liar smile, and then I'm going to stab you smile. And you weren't going to stab me.
The call out is real.
Yeah.
For real.
Y'all are ruining my plans. Put away that fan. It's not Javier. That's just you. Grim, perilous, and thirsty. God, someone stop me. Yes. Okay. We're gonna go to sleep.
1 second. Please,
Mari's gonna-
Jessica wanted to do something. It's actually not ridiculous.
I like how you have to disclaimer that.
Right? So she holds up the list and goes, "Is this everything you need for the battery?"
Yes. I think so.
Is it intelligible?
Okay, and she, yeah.
Good question.
Yeah, she's used to functioning while drunk, so it's legible. And she writes down cigarettes and then 12 bottles of whiskey at the bottom of the list. It goes, "Hey, servant people,
Yes.
robot
Outside the door.
things,
Not robots.
whatever. Here." And she doesn't even open the door. She just slides it underneath the door and goes, "Go bring that here."
You know how like cats like reach underneath and then like paw around?
Yeah.
You see a small hand like doing that underneath just to make sure there's nothing else they missed. Like
Did
And then
you just give the part list for the battery over to the servants of the house?
I didn't label like parts or batteries. It's just a random list, and there's cigarettes and whiskey on there too.
That's fair enough. I think perhaps the other thing we should look into tomorrow is seeing who would be allies with the Arcane Emperor and perhaps if he has any old enemies. Clearly, the Arcane Empress and Logan appear to be siding with him, but we do not know about some of the other players here. Perhaps the rise of a new emperor would not benefit all of them.
Yes, perhaps we could find some more allies.
Isn't there one the what's my dude? King's Advent? Right, what's
Leon
his
Colorado.
first name? Leon. Possibly I should tell Leon, because you know he's got something to do with kings, right? I'm not
Yes.
sure what an Advent is, but it sounds like he's got something to do with kings.
If anyone can find out what one is, you can.
Do you want to go
Thank
there
you.
now?
Nah, I can. Or I can talk to him. You should talk to the Admiral. Just tell him you're in danger, he'll help you.
I shall talk to the Admiral.
I'm going to change into my giant pajamas and stay here with Lucian.
And I'll talk to the Admiral tomorrow. I think it's best if we get some rest first.
Aye. Maybe find out more about the Arcane Empress if you can chat to her in your dream date. Right, and then we can talk to the folks tomorrow. Anyone else that could possibly help us? What about your cousin, sister? Lucian, the
that's my
Whisper.
cousin. The
cousin.
Duchess
Aye,
of Shadows.
you look alike. Would she
Yeah.
help you, or would she want to get rid of you? You think? Depends on the
Maybe
weekday.
help me.
We
Maybe.
had to think a while about that.
Well, she gets people killed. I don't know. But
I
I
don't know,
guess
would
if
you-
she wouldn't be dead, I'd probably be dead already.
Would she,
Every
for one,
time.
welcome our new ghost overlord?
Oh, she doesn't. Probably not.
Ah, it's
From what I
another
hear,
one for
he's
the
a little
maybe
bit of a-
list.
He's a little bit of a egomaniac. She doesn't do
Mhm.
well with that.
Right.
Perhaps you should talk to her, and we could, with a little bit of help, and portray this as a potential rival, which is not
Okay.
inaccurate.
Deal. All right, so then I will ask because we'll do each one and it'll come together. Lucian is going to go talk to the Duchess. Ronan is going to sleep early to have that conversation with the Empress. Mari is going to go talk to Leon. Yes. And then there is still the Admiral, if anyone wanted to talk to him. And I assume no
Lorenzo.
one wants to go talk to Logan.
No, F that dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to accompany Lucian.
Okay.
I
And
will
then
talk
what
to
is
the
Jessica
Admiral.
All right. So Mari's talking to who again?
Leon Codwell, the King's Advent.
We've got a
Yeah,
thing. We're like this.
Yeah, she may want to do
Jessica
that
will
one
tag
alone.
along with Mari because it's probably not a good idea for Jessica to be drunk around the Admiral because he already doesn't like her.
All right. So as everyone is making their way out to their individual locations, Ronan, you lay in bed. And as you lay in bed, you fall asleep quicker than you ever have. It's almost as if as you close your eyes, the dream takes over. And you come to in a white room with a chair, two chairs actually, facing each other. Very regal chairs, nice upholstery, red gold trim. And you're looking around, it's empty. As you're looking around, when you look forward, you do see the Empress sitting in front of you, sipping a cup of tea.
I'll go and sit down across from her.
Hello, dearie.
I don't think you've earned a dearie yet.
You say so. What can I do for you? Seems like you have questions.
Your father paid us a visit.
And her eye twitches a little bit. Impatient one, he really is.
12 hours until he kills Lucian.
Then I guess you'll be looking for new employment.
Most likely. Have any openings?
Always. An empire needs citizens or else it falls apart.
Not just citizenship. I think I would want something a bit more than that.
What would you want?
I have spent my entire life serving people like you. I would like to have mastery over something, for once. Magic, perhaps? I'm told it runs in the family, but I haven't really seen any results myself, and Raymond and Lucian have been, not helpful in that regard.
Would you like me to chill your heart, little one?
What does that entail?
Magic. And she stands up, and her nail extends to about here. Almost like a translucent blue. But then you better not fail me, or get in my way, or else I will shatter you like everything else.
And what is your end game if I am to serve it?
I just want my dad to have a new home. That's all. Give
You don't
him
want your
back
little
what he
toy-
deserved.
You don't want your little toy Lucian back.
I enjoyed the game, but I can get new toys. And she walks over towards you. So, what do you want? Do you want to help? Or do you want to go back to living a walking dream?
I won't actively kill any of them for you.
Oh, you don't have to. I'll do that myself.
I figured.
And she puts her nail right above your heart and then jabs it in. And it doesn't hurt, but it is cold. Very cold. Your teeth start to chatter for a moment. And she pulls it out. Good. Now, was there anything else I can do for you, little bird?
Why did Raymond have to die?
He didn't have to. I just didn't like that he took Lucian's attention from me.
Petty.
Yes. But royalty can be. We're allowed it.
Well, I look forward to the day that I earn petty.
And then she puts 2 fingers over your eyes, and you wake up back in your bed. So, with that said, let's transition over to Lorenzo. And Shirk was going with Lorenzo, was that?
I'm going
No,
with
I
Lucian.
think I was going by myself.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going
yes,
to accompany
Lorenzo.
Lucian to see his cousin.
So you're going to go see the Admiral, who is always in the freaking courtyard for whatever reason. It
Nice
seems like
courtyard.
the gaggle of his entourage are all around, kind of separated, and he is just sitting, having a nice drink.
I'm going to peace tie down my sword before I go see him, so we don't have a repeat.
Smart choice.
Yes, and the dagger just in case things have been weird. And sit down across from the Admiral and be like, Admiral, I do believe I still owe you that drink.
Well, I will happily take it. And he puts out his cup, and it looks like there's an assortment of different liquors in it already.
Oh, very nice. And look across and go, Admiral, I am familiar with, and then like rub the side of my face he punched firsthand with your reputation. Fearsome that it is. But I'm not familiar with your service record. Under whose navy did you serve? Or command, I should say.
My own.
Your own.
Yes, it took time, but I created my own group. Originally mercenaries, but expanded. And then they became sailors. People of renown in name, figure. Dedicated to betterment and allowing the sea to be free as it should be.
I say this not lightly. That is an impressive feat, more impressive perhaps than your fighting prowess, and I do not mean that lightly. That is an enormous accomplishment.
Thank you.
How, in the old days, in the days before, when I forget the name. The Arcane Emperor's father. What was his name? I forget. But when he was seeking power, how was that? How did that affect your ends or the sea?
Do you know what we called him?
I do not.
The Emperor of Misery.
I've only met
He
the
didn't
daughter, but
care.
it seems to fit both of them.
He didn't care
where you were, who you were. I've seen plenty of ships when I was younger sink because of his choices, because of his impertinence, because of his impatience, because of his own sense of justice. Disgusting.
I will speak candidly to you, as I respect you. The Emperor of Misery is potential to return. We have come across this. It appears Lucian may hold the key to this inadvertently, and we are attempting to prevent this.
You would swear it.
I would swear it.
He finishes his drink, wipes his lips, puts it down.
How?
The plan is a little bit beyond my comprehension. It is more technical than I am capable of understanding. I am simply to see if, when the time comes, will you stand against the Emperor of Misery?
Gladly.
Lorenzo is going to stand up and offer his hand for a shake.
He takes it and does like the full arm clasp.
Yes. Admiral, it is a true honor to know you, and I hopefully will see you I hopefully will be at your side if the battle occurs.
I welcome you by my side at any time.
Cheers, and then walks off. That one was for you, Lydia. Oh my god! Amazing. Amazing.
Amazing.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm so glad
All
I
right,
keep
I'm
using
broken for a moment.
And then the admiral will the admiral will walk off back towards his group, and you see a few of them, like, not rapidly or anything, but just like checking their armaments and such, and looking through their equipment, seemingly taking to heart what you were saying. And you're very fortunate. From your actions previously and your way of speaking, it seems like he does just immediately believe you.
Outstanding.
So then we will transition to Shirk and Lucian going to speak to the Duchess. And you find the Duchess actually sitting mainly alone in the dining room and just humming to herself. And Lucian is standing next to you in the doorway, Shirk. What do we do?
Well,
You could talk to her.
she's your cousin.
Well, she's your...
She's nothing to be. Well, hold on one second. I'd like to sort of scan the room.
Mhm.
You know, just like take a look around, make sure she's really alone in here. I mean, it doesn't look like she's ever alone.
That would be an awareness.
Oh, then I'll do that.
Awareness or eavesdrop. It's up to you.
Oh, eavesdrop. Oh, she's alone.
Do you want to re-roll?
It's an 81, so it's a very, very fail. It's
Do
a
you want
very,
to
very
re-roll?
fail.
You can re-roll if you
Nope.
want to.
No.
Sure?
No.
All right. Okay. And he walks in.
I'll go with him. We'll go together.
Okay.
Come on.
He walks in, and as you're getting closer, you're listening now. I remember a farm where they did not breathe too long. When the stars reached the sun, it was all for fun, and still he lost an arm. And she's like grinning to herself ever so slightly and just, oh,
You have a
Hello,
lovely
cousin.
singing voice.
Thank you.
I don't think I know that song. What's it
No.
about?
It is about a farmer who reached far above what most thought he should. So they came to shut him down and took his arm. So in turn, he took all of their lives.
Ah, a critique of the ruling class.
No, my father.
Ah, I see.
I made him
Um,
that.
the song,
Yes.
Woman of Many Talents. Do you mind if we sit with you?
No, please join me. Would you like something?
I wouldn't say no to some soup. Servants?
Before you even see servants come, a small dog of shadow seems to crawl out of her shadow and then run off to a side room and come back with a bowl of soup that it plops down and then it hops back in.
Thank you. Was that you? I asked her.
Perceptive. Yes.
Somewhat. I'm sorry, we haven't really had a chance to get to know one another, but you're obviously aware of the goings on here.
My cousin might not tell you, but she's a duchess because she holds lands, just not necessarily lands here. Isn't that right, cousin? Yes, yes, yes.
So, another country, another territory.
Sure.
Can I do a
place of
scrutinize
shadows.
there?
Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. I just want to, scrutinize that ominous statement. No, a 91's a big fail. A place of shadows.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like if you took this place and flipped it, so to speak.
Flipped it upside down.
Yes.
Okay. Then you are a woman of talents and connections. What business here? What does the Lady Mephilia interest you? What's to be gained by you coming here? I haven't quite pieced it together.
Oh, I came because I wanted to see that fool dance.
The lady.
Yes. All the power she has really doesn't extend much beyond this house. Let me tell you a secret, Shirk.
I
know
like secrets.
plenty of secrets. And in that moment, there's like a bubble of shadow that surrounds you, her, and Lucian in it. Lucian, I don't think you're very aware, and it's very cute. Have you ever seen Mephilia outside of this house? No? What? No, she usually has representatives, I guess. Do you understand, Shirk?
Is she bound to this place?
Close. Shirk, you're visiting Mephilia inside of herself.
That's
Why do you
strange.
think everything in the house can see everything else? Why do you think everything in the house is connected? Everything hears everything. Everything is... She is maybe not the air that you breathe, but the bed that you lay in, the bed that you sleep, and a little bit of the food that you eat.
All the food.
Doesn't make it taste any less bad. It's like consuming the meat of a charmed but charred animal. Or the vegetables you grow in your yard. There's an essence of life in them. It's just different. She sips and drinks her tea ever so slightly more.
How do you know all this?
That's my job, Hieronymus, to know these things. So I figured, what is the easiest way to get inside of a house that is literally a living being, while also, not being so suspicious? And you, dear cousin, the reason she wants your business so badly is so that she can stop living as a house and put that energy somewhere a little bit more mobile.
She wishes to gain an avatar,
Yes,
a vessel.
exactly. Seems like most people seem to know what they want from you, Lucian, but you thought they had just kind intentions. I'm sorry.
And you're here as a spectator?
Yes. This is cheaper than a show. A free gala to watch people dance around, sing, betray each other, lie, laugh. I would have paid more and more for this. And most of these people know that they can't touch me. But I like to watch them dance.
So as far as you're concerned, you don't care whether your cousin lives or dies.
I haven't spoken to my cousin in years. Really, not closely. But maybe he is less of an idiot than I thought, and his goodwill seems to have better taste than most. Mm. Why?
Well, if I'm to be completely honest, we can feel this place closing in on us. And it's in our best interest to get out of here alive, which for now means
Yes.
keeping Lucian safe.
Logan and the Empress went to kill my cousin.
Yes. Do you have a dog in this fight, so to speak?
Well, cousin, do I? And Lucian sits up a little bit straighter, puffs down his jacket. I'll rebuild it for you. I'll rebuild it. Do you mean yes?
Rebuild what?
It'll
What are you
take
talking?
time. It'll take time. But I think I can rebuild it. Hmm. And then she looks over to you, Shirk, very slowly. Going back and forth to my home has been tedious. But my cousin here may be able to expedite my journeys. And it would be the start of a beautiful friendship. Truth be told, my aunt would be terribly devastated if you died. So, you have, and then she stops. And you see Her eyes blink and they're glazed over with shadow. And the irises are moving around a little bit. And they come back. Why do you two look cursed?
I don't know how to answer that question.
Hmm.
What are you seeing?
You have a tone of blue surrounding you that looks like anguish. Please avoid as much danger as you can.
It's, sound advice. Come on, Lucian. We'd better get back to the group.
Okay, yeah.
When we need help, you'll come to our aid.
She hands you a black rose. When you need help, crush it.
That's something I can do.
And
Enjoy
the
your...
dome drops. The little dog almost like comes out, and it looks more like a fox now, and it's like draped around her neck. Its little tail flaps, and there's a little curl of almost like black flame that comes off of it. And she goes back to sipping her tea, but there's more of a smile and grin on her face. And I watched them fall atop the flames because they didn't know the game.
Thank you for the soup.
All right, and then we will transition to Mari. Mari and Jessica.
Indeed. Jessica's kind of just following Mari, walking not quite in a straight line, but doing her best, staying quiet for the moment.
So Mari, as you're finding Leon sitting at the bar again as usual, not really drinking too much, an assortment of characters all around it, but no one's sitting too close. And he sees you come in and waves you over, sees Jessica, waves you both over, and gestures towards two open seats.
I clamber up the seat.
Welcome back, Jessica and Mari.
Oh, lucky remembers our name. That's very polite.
Thank you.
Leon, we have a couple of things to talk about, if that's all right.
Of course. Business is always going forward.
Aye. You've ever heard of an Emperor of Misery, was it? Aye.
That was the one, yeah.
Yeah.
Why? And all of the people around you actually, it's very subtle, but all of them are listening.
Right, guys, I can give us some space. Away you go. This is important business here. Rude. Very rude. Listening in
Some
like
of
that.
them like go towards their weapons, and Leon just waves them off. And they back up a little bit more.
And Mari will absolutely believe that that's done with that request. Lydia knows that might not be the case, but
Yeah, Mari believes you. That's enough.
Well, it sounds like he's back and he's trying to kill the person that's paying us to protect him, which naturally would like to not have happening. Especially because if he just kill him, he takes over his body and comes back, and it's probably then trying to take over the world, which would also be bad, especially because nobody would pay me to save the world, so I probably wouldn't. Nipping it in the bud. That's
How
what we're trying
positive
to
are
do.
you?
Oh well, he appeared to us and told us he'd kill him in like 11 hours and 35 minutes. Don't ask me why Mari can read the time when she can't read. I don't know.
He appeared to you.
Aye, ghostly. Threw a dagger.
It was really spooky.
And told you that he was going to kill someone and gave you a specific time.
Hey! Is that unusual?
Do you hear the words out of your mouth and think it's not unusual?
Well,
This place is really weird. Outside of here, totally weird. In here, maybe not so much.
I actually quite appreciated the directness, to be perfectly honest. Gave us a warning and everything. I mean, that's more than we've had so far.
All right. What do you need? They are a cursed abomination.
Well, I guess we need things to kill cursed abominations. Any help he can provide, either fighting us, I'm not sure. Does he look like a fighty type or more of a talky type?
He looks more like a talky type, but he does have like throwing knives on his hips.
I've noticed you've got a couple of lovely white knives there. I keep them well in shape, well polished. That's fair enough. A little unused, which makes me think either you clean them really well or you don't use them at all. So I perfectly understand if you want to stand in the back line, but any form of information as to what we could use against them, I don't think everything can be solved by throwing leeches at it. And she quickly looks at Jessica.
I mean, not everything, but apparently most things.
One thing. I guess you can also throw it at humans. That makes it two things. But do you know of any ingredients? This one here is all right with alchemy. We've got a couple of fighters among us to protect Lucian, but we're not that well versed in the magic department.
No.
I will keep an eye out, but if you can find witch root, WYTCHROOT, witch root.
Which route is that?
Yes. Oh my God.
You beat me to it. Jessica's about to say the same thing. Actually, Jessica probably says it at the same time as Mari.
Oh my God. You're the worst.
Which route? I'll ask the servants. Aye.
Yes. It will. If this is a creature of abyssal nature, an abomination, it won't necessarily hurt it, but it will disrupt it. That may be
If
what you
it's
need.
a ghostly abomination, can we just punch it in the face? That's usually how I solve my problems, but I'm not sure when they're ghostly like that, it works.
I don't know if that would work, but I suppose it is worth a try.
Well,
Aye.
if leeches aren't going to work, I don't think punching's going to work.
Oftentimes, when something has to take a physical form, physical nature can be used against it in certain timings.
Can we feed witch root to the leeches and make them more effective that way? Do you have
That's
leeches
an
left?
idea.
So I'm afraid we'll have to brainstorm that.
No, but we could get leeches when we get the whichever root that is. That
Aye.
they still haven't said which root it is.
No, it's a root. Which root? I think.
You all,
I don't know. He hasn't said.
I wish you great luck and hope you do not die.
That's very kind of you, good sir. I really appreciate
that's
that.
the nicest thing anybody here has said to me this whole time. Thank you.
He's a
I
very nice
sadly
person.
believe that. Right.
How's
That-
your day been?
Sorry, I just
Everything
like
alright?
Sloshika and Mari. Oh my god.
Good luck, good fortune.
All right, that's the conversation over, I guess. You two.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
I was just gonna make small talk. I thought that's how high society does it.
Mari, I am not much for high society. I deal with these people because they feed my pocket.
I get it. I get that. Well,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
why you're not a bastard.
told you. And
Well,
Mari
I am
will
a
sort-
bastard, but that's a different story.
Not like that kind. Anyways, we should probably go. We still have to figure out which route this is.
Mari will
Is she okay?
drag drunk Jessica. She will be. I'll hold on. Is there any glass of water, bucket of water, possibly ice water melted near the bar?
Yeah, I give it to you.
Yeah. She will be. 1 second. And Mari takes the bucket and just pours it into Jessica's face. You're making a fool out of yourself, girl. This way. Come
Why
on.
would you? Cold. What? Why would you do that? Oh, I'm soaking wet now. What's going on?
Exactly. That's why. And she drags Jessica back to the room.
All right.
We're gonna talk about
All
this
of
later.
you would get back to this room at the same time. Ronan, would you still like to be asleep?
Yes.
Okay. So all of you get back to the room. Ronan is still laying in bed asleep, but you have gathered your information and can discuss now as much as you may need to. Well, share information. Each of you seem to have learned something unique.
So,
Well, apparently Ronan is still working. What have we found out?
The Admiral's on board.
that's good. Apparently, that's he's a cursed abomination, whatever that means, other than the fact that he's cursed and an abomination. But apparently, there's a thing called witch root. Took me a little while to get behind that, but it's called witch root that does something.
Okay.
We can
What
use
is
it to,
something good?
well, for us, yeah. Keeps
Oh,
him
good, yes.
It
killing.
Still getting over being splashed with wet, cold water. It disrupts. Disrupts is the word. Disrupts the
Yes.
thing.
The thing.
The spooky thing.
Oh,
Cursed abomination that the Emperor
Okay.
is.
That one. What Mari said.
okay, that's good. That's good. We're inside a lady.
Did
Sure,
she
I'm
agree
not
to that?
sure, you know,
Consent is
that question
important.
also. Are you sure that's what you meant to say?
Yes, that is exactly what I meant to say. Lucian and I met with his cousin, who is some sort of duchess of some sort of upside-down shadow realm.
And we're inside her.
Lucian, yes. Lucian, yes. Yes. Okay. And apparently,
Oh, no.
and she. What's that?
You just broke up there.
No.
Apparently, she
apparently,
is something.
yes. Apparently, the house is Lady Mephilia, and Lady Mephilia is the house. They are the same, and she is bound to be here as a alternate dimension, and she wants to be free, and that's why she wants Lucian's help to get her one of those long-lasting shells, those bodies, to I don't know, go shopping or see a play or something.
Is that good? Is she dangerous?
I don't know.
Seems like people should just leave Lucian alone and let him get to the production phase of this battery.
Thank you.
High society is very impatient.
This sounds like to me.
The market is good for one of these batteries.
I mean, yes,
What if
you've
we-
apparently really hit on an idea. Are you just behind
if we
Are you
just-
behind schedule? Or, like, is that what the big fuss is about?
Well, technically, the only ones who have the distinct schematics for it would have been Raymond and I, but I kept
He's
the
dead.
physical schematics for it,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess if Raymond is dead, they didn't get it. Else they wouldn't care about me.
Everybody, what if we exploded the house? Now we get rid of Mephilia, right?
Let's sleep on that idea and come
Okay.
back to it later, Jessica. Why don't you climb
Okay.
under your lion belt? Yes.
I think I need coffee.
Mm.
Jessica's gonna call for the servants to ask for coffee.
Shockingly, none of the it takes a second for the servant to arrive. It takes like a minute or two,
Hold up.
but they do arrive with coffee eventually.
Just
Mr.
grab those-
Servant,
You're
Yes,
slower than usual. So fast, slow.
we were busy.
like what?
That is privileged information.
That's fair. Do you have witch root?
There may be some in the garden. I will return. And they walk
Or
out.
the witch root, please. Like, not.
Oh no, Jessica's passed out.
Again, and I get another bucket of water.
I mean, it's not surprising. She was Lucy and drunk.
Hmm.
That's
While
big
we
man.
wait for Jessica to come around again, perhaps we can address this question. Are the Empress and Lady Mephilia at odds? The Emperor and Lady Mephilia, I guess. And can the lady be trusted?
Well, we saw Mephilia the other day, yesterday. Do we know if we can talk to Mephilia? Ask her if what her. I mean, it would be nice to have the house on our side, eh?
Aye.
Also, as Jessica's passed out, can I check the front of her shirt real quick? She took the badge off, correct? We're not.
Yeah, she
took
threw
the-
it off.
She threw it
She
off.
did.
All right, yeah, I'm remembering correctly. Yeah.
Ronan didn't. I see you there, Quinn.
Yeah, we
Norita.
see you.
Did
Yes.
Ronan leave it?
Ronan kept it
Yeah.
on.
I believe we
Ronan never
asked.
took it off.
I believe we asked, and yeah.
They just went right to sleep.
Yeah,
Still sleeping.
They are asleep wearing the thing.
definitely asleep. Totally asleep.
Well, we will need to. We'll need to make sure that we now have a firm enemy in the Arcane Empress. It appears she's already made one attempt on our life with Logan. I would expect another potentially. I don't know if her father has communicated for her to back off.
Don't know either. Oh, Jessica, you're awake.
1 second bucket of water was poured over your face, by the way.
Oh. Yeah. The entire video thing just froze up on me, so I had to refresh it. Okay, so she goes, oh, I'm already drinking now. I need more coffee. My coffee's watered down now. She just looks
Jessica,
sad.
I know you're not in the best state, but you got rid of the pin. Are you sure that the Arcane Empress is out of your head? Is she still listening to your thoughts?
I'm pretty sure if she is, I almost feel sorry for her because it's messed up in here right now.
It's not
Best
as
offense is a
conclusive
good
as an
defense.
answer as I was hoping, but I suppose that's what we're getting at the moment.
I don't have any signs that she's messing around in there.
That's good.
What about Ronan though? Because
I think they're sleeping.
they still having their date?
Apparently, it's
It
going
must be
very
going
well.
Did we check if they're alive still? Someone take their pulse.
I'll go check. Can I go and check and see if Ronan is breathing and has a pulse and is not faking being asleep?
Ronan is definitely still breathing. Quinn, if you would like to fake being asleep, let's see. So from you, that would be a scrutinized test, Doc.
Sure.
And for you, Quinn, that would be either skullduggery. I'll also allow. It's kind of. I'll allow counterfeit, which is weird.
Is it-
I'll allow disguise or guile.
Is it charm? Perhaps I'm being quite charming. The
Charming would be
sleeping
after your wake.
Vembo?
I'd say guile.
Hmm.
Guile would probably
Okay.
be best for that.
You like
I'm going to
that
use one of my
better.
crit successes on that. 'Cause I failed.
Don't.
Okay.
I'm going to get in real close to Ronan. It's uncomfortable.
Guile, you say?
Yes.
That's a 4.
So it does look like Ronan is asleep, but not like knocked out.
Oh, he's
Like
fine.
they are reacting to your voice a little bit.
Ronan. Should we let them sleep?
I think knowing the Arcane Empress's disposition is important. Do you think their meeting is over? Is this just normal sleep?
Ronan seems to be resting comfortably.
Wait, so you didn't use a crit?
I did.
Oh.
But
I thought they were
I don't know
faking
if I don't know if I can tell that they're faking it or not.
So that's why I said you can tell that they're reacting to your voice. So they're not
Gotcha.
like
Okay.
passed out that
Gotcha,
like
gotcha.
they it's like if you're speaking and someone's in the room asleep and like you're like
Yeah.
ma and like you do hear them reacting to your voice. But
Right.
you're not positive if they're listening.
They're asleep
So
or half asleep
yes.
or yeah.
so you're not convinced that they're passed out, but you're not sure. You still have doubt essentially.
Ronan, are you awake? Are you waking up?
Just kind of shake my head a little. Good morning? Is it morning?
No, it's the middle of the night.
Ah,
We were just wondering how your dream date went.
well, I certainly wouldn't call it a date. More of a meeting. She didn't. Well, she knows. She knows that the Emperor's coming.
Yes.
And she doesn't seem terribly pressed. If Lucian dies. And didn't seem inclined to help us at all.
We knew all that already, I think.
Yes, I think we did.
And you weren't able to glean any further information.
I gleaned that Raymond didn't need to die, but that it was fun and petty.
Oh,
That sounds on brand for the Empress.
well, thank you for doing that. You're very brave.
I think we need to firmly counter amongst our enemies,
I agree.
if that was not already obvious.
Oh, we're
I mean, I
inside
would have
the
said-
Lady
I could
Mephilia.
have said that.
Yeah, just
I
I was just telling
Defi-
Ronan about how
definitely
we're,
enemy.
and I was telling Ronan we're inside the Lady.
The house.
Still,
He means the house.
the house
you
is
get,
Mephilia.
right.
Oh, more magic.
Well, that's good though. We think we can at least trust her insofar as we can help her mobilize herself.
What?
Interesting.
Yes.
Hey, Dreadlord. Do I feel any different? You're muted.
It's like that feeling when you're properly dressed for being outside in the snow, so you're not cold, but you feel the cold.
I'm from the south, so can't relate.
So imagine, oh my god. So you know the refreshing feeling when you open your fridge?
Yes.
That constantly, all the time.
Okay. Good to know.
Well, how long do we have within
So
that threat window?
that threat window would end about nine in the morning, technically.
Okay.
It's nighttime now, so you could all get some rest, heal
Yes,
up
please.
if you wanted to.
Lucian, are you going to be able to complete this device in the time frame we have?
Yeah, but I will be exhausted when I wake up, so I'm gonna have to rely on you all to not let me die in the morning.
That's the name of the game.
Huh?
Haha.
Yeah, it is.
Would you like my assistance on that, Lucian?
That probably would speed up the time, actually. Yes. Thank you.
With pleasure.
Gabe was concerned by that. Lucian wasn't, but Gabe was. But yes, that will speed up the time if you help him.
All right. Well, the rest of us, I need some sleep. Still a little bit bruised and banged up. So I'm heading off to bed. Night, night.
Night, night.
Is there anything anyone else would like to do before sleep commences?
Have the servants brought any witchwood or?
So the servants do come back about 5 minutes later with what looks to be 4 black and purplish leaves with some flowers on them. It's not a whole bunch, but if you grind it up, you can probably get 2 doses of it.
Sweet. And would I know how I can apply it? If it's the again that we did with the grave root last
So
time?
you can
Or
do
is it for
either. You
weapon?
can either for a single dose, or you can put on a weapon for 2, but the poof will be more potent.
Right.
Or you
Jessica,
can put it on
would
2
you
weapons for 1 each if you would like.
would you like one dose and I could take one on arrows, or would you like both doses?
Jessica just says, I'll just take the one and I can help you grind it up and everything.
Cheers.
And then I'm gonna go pass out.
And I'm gonna coat when the time comes, or now, coat 2, I think 4 arrows, then if you say 2 for 1.
Yep,
Yeah.
that'd be good.
4 arrows, which would...
And basically, whenever you end up coating it on it, there's almost like a little dusty, breathy voice as it kind of makes the arrowhead itself hum a little bit.
She'll probably swing it around a little bit. Yeah.
Mari, I'm trying to sleep.
Sorry. My apologies. I'm letting go to bed herself.
So Mari is in bed. Shirk is in bed. Ronan is technically in bed. Lorenzo is going to bed.
Oh yes.
All right.
Since
And
we can
then
trust Ronan.
Ronan and Lucian are going to be up working on this battery. Is there anything that you would like to do while you two are awake, Ronan?
Murder him.
I heard that. I mean, I heard something. I would just, I would like to make sure it's made correctly. You know, the functioning way, the schematics that I'm not quite intimately familiar with, but have a working understanding of. And I'll just, when I make sure, like, checking that everyone is asleep. Lucian, they'll know if you foil this plan or some sort. If you make the battery incorrectly, either she'll kill you, or he'll kill you, or Logan Pilk will kill you, or someone will kill you. So, I mean, we might as well build it as correctly as possible, right?
And he like stops for a minute and leans back. You know, Ronan, Raymond's dead. And if this goes wrong and I die because of it, at least he won't be alone anymore. And then he goes back to working.
His wraith is the one I saw, you know.
Well,
Do you really want to be a... Do you want your soul to be a puppet too?
I just don't want to be afraid anymore.
He seemed pretty afraid and in pain, so I don't think dying is really going to fix anything for you. I'd really love to charm him.
You could try.
Is he of the same social class as me?
No, he is not.
20% to my base chance. $57. Is a success.
But you know what, actually?
Yeah, don't. No.
I'm going to use that critical failure that I have
No!
on you, Ronan, in this moment. As you lean forward and start to say these words, Lucian, and there's like an exhaustion in his eyes. I'm sorry I couldn't protect your dad. So if you need to go, at least I can do right by him and you this time. If you're afraid, wait in the courtyard. I can do this myself. But if it doesn't work, Ronan, I have a backup plan.
And what is your backup plan?
Well, there's always experimental test versions of something before it's finished, right? Did Raymond ever tell you I had heart problems?
He might have mentioned it in passing.
Well, that was part of the reason we even thought of the battery.
So you don't have to do this.
I know.
You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do this.
Why?
Because you should live, I think.
Then we better do this right, Ronan. Ronan, are you afraid?
Of what?
Dying?
Dying unremembered, dying having never done anything actually useful for myself? Yes. Dying itself in the abstract? No.
That didn't answer my question, though. Are you afraid of dying? Because if not, why are you so afraid of living?
Those are some rather pointed questions of yours, Lucian.
We all know that they only care about what I do. This is me trying to give you an out, Ronan. You have no obligation to do any of this. I don't have an obligation to do this.
You don't,
But
and that's why you shouldn't.
I'm tired of not doing the right thing. I'm tired of realizing when I should have done the right thing. I'm tired of being tired. And either I'm going to sleep knowing I did the right thing, or I'm going to sleep forever.
The right thing by whose standards, though? I mean, someone could easily take your schematics and attempt again. How does you sacrificing yourself for this help?
Because the best inventor doesn't put all of their work in the schematics. Not even Raymond had everything, Ronan.
And do you think someone like Logan Pilk hasn't thought of that and thought of ways to keep you around after you die?
He needs a brain for memories. I told you I have a backup plan.
Can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
All the inventing, all of the magical interest, but you don't really possess the gift yourself.
No.
So why?
Because even if I don't have it, there's a lot of good that people can do with it. I don't need to have something to help someone else do the right thing with it. I don't care about credit. If I cared about money, I would have sold it. If I cared about title, I would have... The only reason I even came here to have this conversation is because I didn't want Raymond's memory to end. I don't give a damn about the battery. I actually felt worse when I realized that these people were stuck in here with me. If the building was unlocked, I would have told them to leave the first day. So if I can do the right thing because I put them in danger, it's not worth their lives. None of this is. But it's a lot easier to inspire them to make choices that preserve their own lives if they think I'm just an idiot. How do you think I've gotten this far? I'm not the smartest, I'm not the richest, and I'm not the most charming. But I'm pretty good at being invisible. You know something about that.
And it's going to get you killed.
Better me than 5 others.
It's probably going to get them killed too.
If you think that's true, you really don't know how smart I am. Let's be honest, Ronan. There's a reason you weren't on that ship too. Raymond doesn't always like going places alone. And you stuck to Raymond like you were the laces to his shoes. There when he needed you, and you kept him stable. You kept him walking. So if a man is going walking, why would he leave something he needs for his shoes? You can be mad at me, Ronan. You might even hate me because you think I'm responsible for it. That's fine. I didn't offer this to you because I pitied you. I offered because it was selfish. If I was in any way responsible for you losing your parent, I was going to try to be the next best thing. Next best thing. I was never a parent. I never had kids. I didn't know how to take care of people. And I obviously can't take care of the 4 people sleeping around me who seem to care more about protecting others than any other person in this building. How is it that a group of 5 strangers came together and were smarter than a collection of some of the most powerful people in this region? It's because they give a damn. And for whatever reason, you give a damn, Ronan. So I'm trying to learn from the rest of you. I'm just Lucian. I make things and then I give them to other people. But you came here and challenged the biggest players. And it's not about whether you won. You just didn't lose. I think tomorrow's the last day.
I suppose it is.
You're not allowed to go see him before I do. Promise me.
Promise you what?
That you do not go see Raymond before I do.
That, I think I can promise you.
Scrutinize, because that's shifty as hell.
They're not lying.
It wasn't about lying. It was about being shifty. That's a failure. He can't really gauge. All right.
I should have been on that ship.
Well, if you were on that ship, we wouldn't have gotten as far as we did today, now would we?
If I had been on that ship, you probably wouldn't be here, sharing your last night with me.
Well, if this is my last night, this path we ended up on made it so that my last night is around people instead of by myself, surrounded by things that don't talk back. Trust me, you've been better conversation than any of my machines.
I mean, considering they don't make much conversation, I suppose that is, He wouldn't
Hey,
be
Ron.
very proud of me, but I think he'd be proud of you.
Roman. I think there's one thing that you did not seem to understand. He was always proud of you. And then Lucian just goes back to silently working.
Cool. That's fine.
Suffer those emotional wounds.
Oh, that was good. All right. So is there anything else that would like to happen? Or are we just going to finish through the sleep? All right. So the next day comes. Lucian looks exhausted. But there is... Hold on. I need a synonym. Ah, yes. Okay. There is a device on his back that looks like a large jar with like a funnel. He calls it the Spectre Wrecker.
Oh, is this the ghost trapping device?
Yes, it is. It should work out all right. And you've still got about 2-ish hours.
Don't forget, if we get into trouble, I still have this black rose. So if we are in danger, just ask yourself, who are we gonna call?
The Duchess?
The
My cousin?
the Spectre Wreckers?
The servants?
Yes.
We said like 3 things and you just said yes.
Yes, all of them sound good.
Okay.
What's that black
Let's
rose
go.
do?
It calls the Duchess.
Great. It's good, right? That's
Yes.
good.
I am still pretty hurt. Could anyone make
Hey.
another heal check on me?
Hey,
So to speak.
Shirk,
Yes.
you feel that really warm flask in your pocket still.
I'm hungry. I'm going to drink some of this soup.
Yeah, you do.
Breakfast soup. There's nothing I like better first thing in the morning than seafood chowder.
And you chug it down. Disgusting. You monster.
I drink it. Refreshing.
All right. And you will go up 3 on your peril and wound tracker.
Thank you. So I am unharmed and unperilled. Yay. Oh, that's good soup. Never
On
mind.
the flask, there's like a little almost like chibi animated version of Shirk that's like carved into it. And you're dancing with one of the servants.
For
It's
sure.
really weird.
For sure. Yep. I'm keeping it though.
That's fair.
That's marketable. I'm gonna
That's
take that.
That needs to be a thing in real life.
A
That
soup flask? Okay.
no, The little
I think she meant the icon, not the soup flask. But I love
Pretty
where
sure
your
soup
head.
flask is just called a thermos.
All right, let's go make some bad choices.
All right, see, again, you've got about 2 hours. Is there anything else that you want to do in this 2 hours before that encounter was essentially promised?
I would like to
Suit
make a
up
phone
montage.
call.
A phone
Who
call?
are you gonna call?
Oh my god.
Stop it.
I would like to try to call the Empress.
As you're thinking of the Empress, it looks like Ronan feels a bit of exhaustion and like sits back on the bed. And you go into a bit of a daze. But you're back in that spot, both sitting in the chairs. Yes, Ronan.
So, how does this work exactly? How do I use it?
What?
What you've
Oh,
given me,
your
what
your
you've
cold
done.
heart.
Yes.
Place your hands on the side, each side of lovely little Lucian's face. And say, frozen disaster.
And what exactly will that do? We'll get him to let it go, maybe.
Oh, well, it will essentially turn his mind into a bubbling idiot if all goes well. So basically just matching his personality.
I feel like even if he does die, we would need the mind intact to get all of the secrets of the battery.
Well, we just need the brain intact.
I see.
And that's easy.
And is that the only thing I've acquired?
For now. You don't give a stranger a weapon without certain restrictions. Are you feeling
see.
greedy, Ronan?
Well, I suppose greedy goes hand in hand with petty, doesn't it?
Oh. Got plenty of words, don't you?
Not as many as you.
Is there anything
I
else I
see.
can provide for you? Or are you going to go do the job? Lovely one.
I would like some assurances that something to assure me an exit. Considering the other four will probably attempt to murder me if they see this.
No. Asking and bargaining with me is starting to make you remind me of the other one. I don't deal well to someone thinking that they are in charge. I'm offering you a trial run to see if you can fulfill your end of the bargain. This is not an implicit two-way trust yet. Understand that.
No, but it sure would be a shame for you to have wasted all this time.
Darling, I've got plenty of time. As you've seen, time is more of a game to me.
Does your father feel the same way?
Do not invoke his name unless you plan to follow through. And she stands up and the chairs are gone now. She snaps and you're like kind of thrown back a little bit in your head. The last thing you hear is, "Watch your tongue, child."
Ronan! Mari, throw some water on her.
Mari was
Throw
just
some water on them.
drinking a glass of water.
Just
Why? Are you all right?
frantically ducks
Question
now.
for Quinn.
Hi.
Hi. Is Ronan still wearing their pin? The snowflake.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on the
Lorenzo's
shirt
going to look at
under
them.
the blazer. So,
Oh, okay. So not visible.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ronan, are you all right?
Define all right.
Do you need to eat something?
Jessica, did you ever get those cigarettes?
Oh, I don't think
Probably,
we asked.
yes.
Did we? Oh, did we?
Yeah, because it was on the list of ingredients and such.
You know, I've always been curious about smoking, and Raymond was always so against it, but, I suppose one won't hurt, right?
Well,
Yes? That's Lucian.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Player question, which will determine what Jessica does. So, could I combine True Detective, which means when intoxicated, can make a scrutinize test and get more information, and 2, Esoteric Memory, when remembering a fact or detail, auto-succeed at scrutinize, to remember what it looks like when people are talking to the Empress. To tell if that's what Ronan was just doing.
Make a scrutinize roll just to test, but that is it may work.
Scrutinize.
Very
that's not a
interesting way to
success.
You all have rerolls, and don't forget we have like an hour.
All right, I use reroll. Nope.
No. You do actively consider the possibility. You're not sure, but it could have been. It's like it is reasonable to have that suspicion.
Okay. Jessica's gonna make that that Futurama meme where Fry just squints his eyes. That's pretty much what Jessica's doing at Ronan right now. And is going to continue to press X to doubt on everything for the next little bit.
All right. Is there anything else, you lovely gaggle of characters?
What's the time now, roughly?
Still another like hour and a half, because it hasn't been that long in just the general conversation you've shared.
Should we go somewhere that's not in a room where a fight is
What?
going to be a little bit awkward?
Oh, you're saying like an open space like the courtyard?
Aye.
I wouldn't mind, if we have the time, seeing if we can get down into the lower levels to take a look at those spare husks.
Did they now make a battery that is also a Ghostbuster kit or not? Or just the regular battery?
It's the thing that's on like Lucian's back. He does have like a battery pack that he just has on his back currently. It's not like the optimized way that it could look, because this is just working with what he had. So yes, you do have a working version that you could use.
It's like a prototype Spectre record.
Yes, that is the word. Thank you. Prototype. Good lord, words are hard.
They are.
And that one sort of catches the spirit now, or does it do the thing the Emperor wants it to do?
So it definitely will do the thing the Emperor wants it to do, but instead it work like a one-way thing instead of a two-way thing.
Right.
And
So
trap-
if we then
trap
kill,
them.
Yeah.
Yes.
and if we then kill that mannequin, it's not like with Logan where his spirit fucks off, but it would be.
It's more essentially
Dumb.
he's trying to bring it in, and then when the energy is going to try to like do two-way street get out, it's going to implode on itself.
Right. That's a really, really smart thing you did there, Lucian.
Lucian's very smart.
And thanks for explaining it to me, because this is not my forte.
Well, shall we go investigate the lower levels?
Sure.
Might as well
Why?
see what they've got down there.
Oh.
Well, they have these spare things. Maybe we could find a way to imbue them with energy to animate them and have them work on our side. I don't know. I'm just
Oh my
Again.
god, are you trying to make a puppet army? Is this Lord of the
Who,
Rings?
me? I'm not
I
nearly
do
that
know.
devious.
And I kind of like it.
I do
All right,
know.
yeah. So if you go ahead.
I do know where the entrance to the servants' quarters is.
Yeah, you
Oh.
do.
Well, let's
You can have time to go down if you would like to.
let's go stretch our legs before high noon, as it were.
I'll stay with Lucian.
I thought Lucian was coming with us.
Yeah, I think Lucian's gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm.
We need him for the.
He's basically
Wait.
nervous to not be around anyone because he doesn't
Makes sense.
want to die, but he's understanding that it's a possibility he will.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Your voice is doing things, Quinn.
Yeah, it really is.
I
Not
can't
sure if you
hear you. I'm
noticed.
sorry. There's something with the connection.
What happens
Something
when
that
You're all
we-
going to go
the
towards the
internet has
servant.
to go through the 7 hells that you're dealing with here, right? First.
Something we haven't considered. We learned that the house is in fact a person, and that the
Yes.
person is the house. Have we considered the fact that the house might be friendly to our cause?
We had discussed that. The Lady Mephilia has shown no sign of animosity toward us, and we know that she is no friend of the Dark Emperors.
If we wish the servants to aid us, perhaps enlisting her help would be the more direct route.
Yes. Let's start there. Let's go and speak with her. Mari,
She was
did you have
walking
an idea?
around. She was walking around in a body the other day, so
No, she can do that.
yeah.
We're inside her house. I'm assuming she just heard that.
Hello, Mephilia.
Not lovely.
Can she
Oh.
only walk around inside the house? Maybe it's not really a body. It's just a projection because it's in the house.
That's possible. She cannot leave the house. We've determined that much.
Ms. Mephilia, please, we would like to talk to you about the things you probably heard us talking about all night.
And then there's a surge of magic in the center, and you see
Ugh.
her appear out of like a gust of almost red energy. Yes.
Ooh, who are-
Oh,
Hello, Miss
Look,
That's a
Mephilia.
neat trick.
Hello, Mari.
You have possibly heard all of this, right?
Do we need to fill you in?
The battery
Well, I
stuff.
haven't actually been listening because that would be rude to listen in on my guests.
it's very polite.
That-
Do you
very
have like a
polite, but also-
recording that you can go back to and listen to real quick?
Let me just listen
It
to
was
the
a
wall,
lot of
logs
time.
and
Just for
she goes
convenience.
into the walls, and because it's convenient, you see her basically like absorb in an essence from the wall, almost like she's replaying the. It's the idea of object permanence and things having memories. She's pulling the memories from the objects around you that had been absorbing everything.
So you're saying the walls can literally speak, essentially.
Lorenzo read the fine
She
print of
is
the
the
interview.
walls.
All conversations may or may not be recorded for customer satisfaction.
Walls have ears, and I am the ears.
And the wall,
And your
apparently.
ears are walls.
It's strange when you say it that way.
It's
I
very
apologize.
strange for us as well.
But anyway, that means you now know what's going to happen here. That we've got a cursed abomination of an emperor of some misery or misfortune or sorts coming here and trying to kill this lovely gentleman here. I'm assuming you would like that not to happen, so you too can appreciate his inventive work. That is a battery of body giving.
Also, I'm
Nailed
Probably.
it.
I would like to
pretty sure
leave.
that you don't want to be the actual house that the Arcane Emperor returns in. It's probably not going to be great for the house.
Bad
No.
for reputation in parties, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I would not like to. What would you like from me?
To be honest, we're not fully sure of your capabilities. We wish to stop the Emperor before he can return, but our resources are limited. We are but 5, 6 common people.
We're kind of in over our heads. Like
That
all
is
of us.
accurate.
So we need this one protected. I don't know if the servants can do anything in terms of fighty fight, but
I mean, the one servant scared the heck out of me.
Oh, my children.
Oh,
Yes,
lovely
They
children
could.
you've got there.
thank you. They take after their
children
mother.
are a blessing.
I can. There are certain ones that could be of use, yes.
Excellent.
And this one. And she walks up to Lucian and is like painting around him almost with her finger. And as she's dragging her finger across the air, there's runes that are coming to formation, and then like softly tapping around Lucian's body. And Lucian's just like,
Just go with it. Just go with it. Let it happen.
yeah, that should be good. Consider it a boon to your existence, Lucian.
Much appreciated, my lady. Lovely dimension you have here. Thank you for having us over.
It's been, well, the hospitality has been excellent. Everything else has
Yes,
been
that's
really
true. Yes.
Good, I'm glad.
5 stars.
Very good soup too.
Oh, I was very proud. Well, if there's nothing else, good fortune.
Thank
I
you
do
for
have to
coming
maintain
by.
a little bit of neutrality because,
Of course. Politics and all that.
well, also the others are also still inside of me. God, I hated that. Ooh, I hated
It's a
that.
very strange sentence.
it's an awkward
So
situation.
Jessica just
for sure.
cringes and goes, I really wish y'all would stop saying it that way.
It's a little odd. But thank you for your help.
Well, happy hunting. And she swirls up and fades away.
Lorenzo will turn to Shirk and be like, you see these magical types? They're always gathering data on you. No matter where you are, they're always gathering data.
Yes, they can't be trusted.
It's just
Magic.
an opt-out clause. That's all I'm asking for.
Right. Maybe an NDA, something like that.
Something. I don't know.
Yes, trust is very important. And Jessica just like side looks at Roden and squints.
What are you doing?
Also,
Right.
so it's really funny, and Gabe wants to bring this up because we've got about like 20, 30-ish more minutes. Now that you know where you are, and also for the players and the people watching, keep in mind that the library also was part of a demon dimension, so just think about that for a little bit. I love this game. So you're going to go down.
Library.
Yep. You're going to go down to the servants area, and Ronan was leading the way, correct? All right. As you walk out, it seems very quiet today. There is less hustle and bustle, not as many people are walking around. There is a tension in the air. You make your way down to the first floor. Find the room that leads to the door of the servants' quarters. And as you approach, it opens itself.
Ronan?
And she just looks around.
Did you do that? Ronan?
Is that normal?
I did not do that, no.
Some sort of
Well,
self-opening door?
well, it's Mephilia, right? She keeps tabs on us. Maybe she's just helpful that way.
Actually, like the least weird thing about this house we've encountered.
Yes.
Hey, like I said,
that's
insight.
true.
It's a door
Nothing
doing what
much.
it's supposed
That's
to do
fair.
but on its own. That's actually, by the scale of this house, not very weird. We're going in or what?
Hi.
Yeah, go ahead. You first.
All right, and Lorenzo walks through.
All right. And you see a long downward descending staircase.
Ominous. Let's go.
Good attitude.
Jessica's gonna let Ronan go first. She is suspicious.
I'm going to keep Lucian close to me.
Yeah. He almost like holds your hand, but like stops and like.
It's all right.
He holds your hand.
We hold hands. Friends.
It's so cute.
Keep in mind, my hand is enormous.
I will go down the ominous staircase.
And when you get to the bottom, there is like a humming orb. And out of character knowledge, like you in character, you can assume that this is something that you touch, like intentionally.
Okay.
This is also, just for brevity, not a trap. That is not
I think it's a trap.
That is I knew it.
I would like to scrutinize Gabe.
Scrutinize Skarut.
You guess you cannot scrutinize Skarut. How dare you?
We can
Who wants to
try.
touch it?
I touch it.
As you touch it, blue like surges of magical light up, rows and rows and rows, and even like some on the walls behind you, you see what look to be an assortment of like mannequins and dummies. Some that have no facial features or anything, but like empty eyes. They look like straight mannequins. Other ones
Blanks.
have hair, and yes, other ones have like hair features, like eyeballs, like a single painted eyeball. Maybe one arm is just wooden and such, but the other looks almost like skin.
Look, see? They're unfinished works. What do you think, Lucian? Can we power these? Can we mobilize them?
I don't know where we'd get the magic to do it, but we could try.
Isn't the whole house magic? Can we? Is it possible to, like, siphon it from the house?
Or perhaps be booned some magic from the house. We did.
I think the
consider
house
it.
should
That was
be
not an
asked.
intentional phrasing. Just real quick, I realized what I did after I said it. No, that was not intentional. Perhaps this is what we could ask Lady Mathelia for.
Should I say she has one or two things that she thought of?
Yes,
that it?
that's very true. Where could we secure such magics? Lucy and Ron, this is your specialty.
Yes.
So what was the question?
Where could we secure magic to power such things?
What would it take?
What if we got magic from one of the other servants, the ones that are already running around doing stuff?
If only one of us knew how to use magic.
I love that none of you
Real
were magic.
quandary.
That's perfect.
Fanning intensifies.
Quinn's gonna lift off here in a second.
What items do you all have on you? Did anyone take that? We've seen a dagger appear multiple times. No one took one though, right?
No, you said the
What-
dagger that the ghost, the Emperor, threw went poof before Lucian's
Yes.
face.
Yes.
Okay. And there
So-
was not another one that someone had taken, correct?
I think there was. I
thought
I
Shirk
took
had.
it. I
or-
don't know.
oh,
Or
you did-
Shirk took
did
it.
you?
Someone took it.
I'm pretty
I'd
sure
say-
there was. There should have been one. So if it did not come up, that might have been something that I had missed.
There
should
was.
have been. Yes. There was one.
I did take a book about demons if we want to go that route.
That's true. Well, would you like to delve into that book?
I would love to do some light reading.
All right.
One fear.
Now's the time.
That would be an incantation check. But you do have your crits if you would like to use a crit.
I would like to use a crit, please.
Yeah, it's a good idea because it's flip to fail. And if you mess
Yep.
that up,
Hmm.
I put in a whole book about pig necromancers, which you do still have, Mare, by the way. So
I have.
I
Oh,
gave it to
oh,
Shirk.
you
have
because
it.
I can't read it.
well, Shirk, would you like to delve into the pig necromancy book?
Oh, gross. No.
What did you say? I didn't hear you. I
You don't-
actually muted.
I said
You don't wanna
absolutely
be a-
not.
You don't want to be a porkomancer?
Come
No,
on.
no.
All right, so Ronan, when
Are you
you
calling
read
me
through the
wizard?
book, when you read it through the book, you do find a way to pull in energy from around you.
Does it seem like something I am capable of doing?
You could absolutely try. With the help of others, it would be easier.
What do you think, Ronan?
There's something. It doesn't look particularly easy, and it's not my area of expertise necessarily, but perhaps with some assistance.
Oh, I have no ability in incantations.
I
So
don't think any of
the-
us do.
the book essentially requires that with a drop of your life force, essentially, and the more life force is involved, the easier it is to channel blood. But I don't want to say that because it's gross. And in doing so, it essentially will allow you to pull in other magic around you, but not the magic of the life forces that were involved.
I relayed that information to the party.
Oh,
Right, they need blood.
So
Has anyone
pig
got a
blood
bowl?
for the pig god.
Oh, a bit of blood. We all
All
have a
right,
bit
your
of
blood is
right?
valuable.
I
Well, let's
know.
try and keep our blood inside of us. I've lost a
Well-
lot recently.
You can't have all. I need it, but you can have
Yeah.
some. Is that how it works?
You're so generous.
And you do know, Ronan, that it would not require an extensive amount, but
Like a
it might
drop,
hurt a
right?
little bit.
Oh, okay,
A
great.
couple.
We love that.
Right, there you go. And Jake's knife, a little bit of the.
Oh,
All right.
Where do you need? Where do you need it? I don't want to bleed
Do
all
you
over.
need a
Ah.
bowl for it? Does anyone have a bowl?
Honestly, as soon as you do, it like
I have an empty
hovers above
flask.
the book. It hovers above the book itself.
All right, that's convenient.
Okay.
There, you drink up,
Well-
little book, and you give us magic, right?
Jessica reaches into her bag or whatever and pulls out that jar of leeches that she ordered from the servants. Well, if we need to draw blood, I've got leeches.
I hate it. So Mari has given her blood. Is anyone else giving blood for the pig god?
This is not the pig book. This is a different
No,
book.
but
It's
I'm
not.
dedicated to that now.
The thing now.
Oh my god.
Is anyone else?
Yeah,
Pass.
I think Jessica's gonna pass on this as well.
Okay.
Anyone
Mari's
else?
the best of us.
Jesus Christ,
I
whoever
think we're
that is.
preparing for a day of battle.
Lorenzo?
No, I think he's going to withhold just in case. He might be losing a lot of blood today.
Okay.
Ronan,
And then Ronan. Yeah.
don't leave me
God.
alone here.
God, look at the time. It's almost.
I mean, you're doing the spell. You should probably.
I would like that cigarette first, I think.
I don't think we ever got the. Did we get the cigarettes?
No, we did.
Yeah.
Oh, we did. Okay, so go ahead and do it, and then we'll give you the cigarette.
It's not very. As a treat.
I do the thing.
Okay. So both Ronan and Mari have given essence to it. Ronan and Mari, I would like you both to roll a toughness for me.
Goody. This was my idea. Why I didn't.
That's
This isn't
bad.
gonna go well.
Although. God damn it. I use a reroll.
Go for it.
Just one.
Oh no!
So that roll,
Yeah,
Mari.
that's better. Second part was a better, so I pass.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a reroll.
Go
yeah.
for it.
That's a failure. That's a failure.
All right. So, Ronan, you will just go down one on the damage tracker. That is all. Everyone who
Ronan.
did not give up. I need all of you. I need you all to make a resolve check for me. Everyone who did not donate to the blood pool.
Yeah, because remember that part where he was describing it and he said if your blood was in the thing, you were safe?
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
good. 23 is a success.
Okay.
See, I know that, but Jessica doesn't trust Ronan right now, so she's like, there it is. Okay. So where am I?
I'm gonna use a reroll.
Do it. Now is the time.
Garbage. It's a fail. With the reroll.
Success.
All right. So in this moment, there is a surge of green and white energy that's just coming from around you, almost the surrounding area. And it like surges towards the blood that then shifts, and the blood itself starts to, what's a good word?
Congeal?
Not like glow, but congeal was a good thought. Disgusting.
Luminous.
As it does, you see it then start to like spread out and push out. And Shirk, this is it. Your head starts to hurt and wane a little bit. And then you will actually go down one on the peril tracker.
Oh.
As it just causes a shaking in your brain and your mind. And you now have a glowing pool of energy just surging in front of you. And Lucian asks, so you wanted it to power those things?
Yes.
Can you do that?
And he pulls out something small. It looks to be almost like a lockbox. Pulls the sides apart and then puts it around the magical energy you see. Starts walking to the center of where all those mannequin creatures are. Puts it down. Taps a couple side things. And just because Tom asked, so this is a very different thing, because this is not about holding life force. This is about holding a small amount of energy. Yeah, he's not that smart. He sure as hell is not that smart.
If he had the battery the whole time.
And then he slams something on the top, and you see a pulse go out. And he waits. And he waits. And he waits. And for a while, nothing happens. And then you see as two of the mannequins' eyes glow and energy comes out of their mouth. One over there. One over there. About 20 of them wake up. And next to all of you, you see Mephilia walk up almost out of nothing. Well, since you've woken them up, I'll let you borrow these children. How does that sound?
That is
good.
very kind of you,
Sounds
and
good.
we'll try and return them unharmed and uncorrupted. We're a good influence, and
Yes.
And with the full tank of gas.
aye,
Yes. Full tank of gas.
what?
That's
Gas?
just at least over
It's like
2/3.
energy. Another word for
Right.
energy.
Yes.
Are they like? Are they steam powered? Do they require some sort of gas?
Pretty sure it's a blood. We
This is
literally
blood
just
magic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Fuck.
Okay, we're gonna go fight
And-
the Emperor now.
As it kind of pans back, you see them slowly starting to walk towards you, and then it's almost as if the camera pans out of there upwards to a room. You see Logan Pilk talking to the Empress. The Damascus steel dagger in his hand. So, after this, I'll really be an emperor. Really. Of course, darling. Our wedding will be glorious. All right, I've killed for worse. Yeah, that gun that. I'm gonna be a royal. Right in Crawford this time. They're not going to take it away from us this time. And I think that'll be a good place for us to end it.
Fantastic.
I'm
That was
just
great.
watching Quinn's window, and that was entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
Pure entertainment, and I love it.
Well, thank you for joining this delightful session of Gala of the Damned. Thank you again, all of those of you watching us at home. Thank you those watching on YouTube later on. Thank you to our fantastic sponsors. And let us go out with my wonderful, delightful cast. Tom, please.
I am at TP_Grant on Twitter, and I currently don't have any games really going on. I was supposed to be playing a stream game on Saturday, but it sadly was canceled, and I don't know it's going to be rescheduled. So other than that, I got nothing happening right now, other than the finale of Gala of the Damned next week, which I'm going to be both dreading and anticipating the whole week.
That's fair. I promise you, it will be worse than you expect. Raven. Yes, it'll be worse than you expect. How are you feeling, Raven?
Pretty good. That was fantastic. Somehow you managed to top the previous episode every single time. It's amazing. Well done. I knew as soon as you said like the camera's panning up, I was like, oh no, this is gonna be bad. It was amazing. I had a blast. It was a lot of fun. It was fun getting to play Jessica drunk. And having issues. Yeah, you can find me at The Raven on Twitter, just like it says right there. And then in about 3 hours over on my channel, just twitch.tv/Raven, playing a different private investigator on a different game. It's a Monster of the Week game. It's going to be a lot of fun.
You have a brand. All right, then. Now, Doc. How you feeling, Doc?
Hey, I'm feeling great. Shirk feels awful. I feel great. I'm having a great time. Shirk should have called into Dr. RPG. He should have. he's going through some trauma, but he'll make it out okay. I am Doc Rimbo on Twitter. And also everywhere else on the internet. Nothing streaming right now. Big things coming in the fall. That'll be fun. And of course, just looking forward to next week. I love being a part of the Spectre Wreckers. It's my favorite crew. And our legally distinct Spectre disposal team that is not property of anyone else.
Nope, not at all. Totally unrelated to anything you may have ever seen or heard of before. Right. 100% absolutely.
Yep, TM.
Hi, Quinn.
Hello.
That was a look of, I knew it.
Hello. I'm Quinn.
I think they need a reset. Just reboot.
Quinn needs a cigarette. Ronan needs a cigarette. Violetta somewhere lights a cigarette. We're fine. This is fine. I'm doing great. We're fine. Everything's fine. Cool. Fine. Cool. Tight. We're all good. Everything's good. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Ronan doesn't have any decisions to make at all. I'm totally fine. I'm Quinn. You can find me at Quintastic_ on Twitter. I probably have things to plug, but I don't have a brain currently. I make games.
That was adorable. That was adorable. And I'm Lydia.
There you go.
Over, yeah.
I was going to introduce you, so you just did my job.
I figured, I'm the one left here. And I am not going anywhere, actually. I'm Lydia, have Ars Tournament on socials, and I am bloodbound to this lovely community, and in particular to the head Blood Witch, Charlie. So,
it's similar to the relationship between the house and Mephilia.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Lydia is the community, and Charlie.
No, I'm the servants. I'm the creepy servants. Charlie's Mephilia. Soup. Anyway, so after this, we have Dr. RPG on, which our beloved Shirk Docramo just alluded to, and I'll be pulling the strings behind the scenes. It's our little chat show. Think Fraser, think Dr. Phil, where RPG characters call in to talk about their woes. Maybe Quinn, maybe that might be something for you at some point. Cronin, right? Could use some help, psychologically speaking. Like, a little bit of it. I'm gonna shut up now before Quinn murders me. But Mari has called in for after last season, so she'll have a nice little call and chat with the Doctor. We have a guest as well, a couple of other calls from similar shows on ERP. So if you want to hang around for another hour for Dr. RPG with Nar Enigma, and his sister, actually, real life sister today. So find out all the embarrassing childhood stories if you can. And of course, producer Susie. Then just stay tuned. Also, have a look at our meat grinder this Sunday. Check us out on Discord. And if you're new in chat, hello folks. Also, hello to the people still watching on YouTube. YouTube is where you'll find all our shows. So if you head over there, you can catch up on what you've missed so far. Apart from that, we are going to say goodbye. We are going to scream each other, or they are going to scream at each other, or at Gabe a little bit more. And I'll see you in about 10 minutes for Dr. RPG.
And I'm Gabe.
Oh yeah, right. Sorry. Normally we do the other way around. Yeah, there's a Gabe. There's a Gabe. Please do the thing.
See you next time.
No, do your outro.
Hi, I'm Gabe. Gabe. Thank you for watching Gala of the Damned. As always, it's fantastic to see you.
Oh God.
On brand and for Gala.
Yeah. Anyway, see you in a bit. Thanks, Gabe. Thanks, everyone. Bye.